Welcome back to another FPL video. In this one, I'll really quickly run through game week 17 and my team selection for game week 18. I'll show you an updated watch list for defenders and midfielders and possible Saka replacements. And I'll also take a look at the captain selection for game week 18. So let's have a look. $25 points for me so far. Tiny green arrow. Some small returns from Havertz, Bowen, Gabriel and Lewis Hall. He got a clean sheet, but I have still Masraoui, Salah, my captain, Palmer and hopefully Cunha to play. So hopefully those can deliver and secure the green arrow for me. Obviously, one of the talking points and hot topics in Game Week 17 was the injury to Saka. He hobbled off in Arsenal's victory over Crystal Palace. We don't want to have a 10 million plus player on our bench, so most will look for replacements. I'll talk more about this in the transfer section. This is my team for Game Week 18. Looks good, a lot of home games. Obviously, Saka is injured, had a really good fixture against Ipswich, so he was potentially a captain option as well. But I will need to replace Saka, and I will talk more about replacements, of course, when I discuss the watch list and my transfer plans. At the moment, Kirkis is on my bench for Bournemouth fixture against Crystal Palace. I might be tempted to give Kirkis a go in my starting 11 by benching either Lewis Hall or Masraoui. But this is my team at the moment, and I think that Masraoui and Man United have a decent fixture against Wolves, and this will probably be the last game in a couple of game weeks where Lewis Hall will get a chance, because Newcastle's fixtures are getting tougher really quick. So Lewis Hall and Masraoui for now, but I might actually play Kirkis. My midfield for Game Week 18 will be Bowen, Salah and Cole Palmer. Obviously, I'll talk more about Saka later. Up top, Cunha, Joao Pedro and Havertz. And Cunha, he might actually be banned for Game Week 18, so I'll talk more about possible replacements for Cunha as well. So in this video, I'll show you an updated watch list for defenders and midfielders, but before making a transfer, make sure to stay updated on the suspension tie rope. There are a lot of players on 4 yellow cards, just 1 yellow card away from a ban, so make sure that you don't have too many of these options in your team. Gabriel Jesus, really good game week in Game Week 17, have a really good fixture in Game Week 18 as well. But if you have the likes of Jackson, Rogers, maybe Jamie Vardy as well, Sanchez in goal, you might actually look elsewhere, because if you have too many players banned for the same game week, you might end up without 11 starters. So make sure to stay updated on the suspension tie rope. So if you need a new defender, if you still haven't got rid of Ait-Nouri, I think that those options are really good at the moment. Milenkovic, talked about him last week as well. Decent fixtures, maybe not the best fixture in Game Week 18 when they play against Spurs, really attacking side, but other than that, Nottingham Forest have decent fixture coming up. Munoz, Crystal Palace have good fixtures. They have had a really tough run recently, but now their fixtures are getting better, and I really like Munoz. He's so attacking. He was banned in Game Week 17, so he is no longer on the suspension tie rope, so I definitely think that Munoz is a really good buy at the moment. The last on this list is Castan, the injury to Kenny Tete. He's out for 8 to 10 weeks, so Castan, he will probably start most games going forward. And Fulham, as mentioned last week, they have a really good set of fixtures coming up, so I definitely recommend bringing in a defender from Fulham, and might even also be a good option to double up on the Fulham defense. You also have the likes of Robinson, of course, a little bit more expensive, but you also have the centre-back Anderson, who probably will start games going forward, who has a really big attacking threat at set pieces, so Fulham's defense and defense to target going forward. The watch list for midfielders and possible Saka replacements. If you want a really safe option, I would go for Bruno Fernandes. I know that a lot are picking the likes of Phil Foden or Ødegaard in the same price bracket, but for me, the safest and best option at the moment is probably Bruno Fernandes. He is nailed on for Man United on most set pieces, including penalties. Only selected by 14.5% of the managers, so he's also to be considered as some kind of a differential. And now that the fixtures are coming thick and fast, I think that a player like Bruno Fernandes with high expected minutes, set pieces and decent fixtures, I think that he probably is the best replacement. If you want a more budget-friendly option, I think that Sar from Crystal Palace is a really good option at the moment. Done well recently, only priced at 5.7 and only selected by 1% of the managers. If you want to take a punt, I think that Diogo Jota from Liverpool, playing out of position, will probably start some games as Liverpool's number 9 going forward. So you have the safe option in Bruno Fernandes, the budget option in Sar, and you have also a punt in Diogo Jota. So for me, I will probably go for Bruno Fernandes, and I will talk more about this when I discuss my transfer plans. As mentioned, the most likely transfer for me will be to sell Saka ahead of game week 18, and the player that I will bring in is probably Bruno Fernandes. As mentioned, he has high expected minutes on set pieces for Man United, and I actually think that 8.4 is a good price for Bruno Fernandes at the moment. One of the reasons why I'm going Bruno Fernandes and not the likes of Son, Phil Foden or Kevin De Bruyne is because they are a little bit more expensive and I actually need the funds for a forward transfer as well. Cunha to Alexander Isak. Cunha, he might actually be banned for game week 18, so he is definitely one to consider selling. Even if he plays, I think the fixtures going forward are really tricky, so I think it's time to sell all of our assets. So Cunha to Isak will probably be one of my transfers, so I'm downgrading Saka to Bruno Fernandes to afford the upgrade from Cunha to Alexander Isak. Please let me know in the comment section down below what is your transfer plans ahead of game week 18. Cole Palmer and Chelsea playing against Fulham in game week 18. I know that a lot of managers have brought in Fulham defenders recently, but I actually think that game week 18 might be a game week to bench our Fulham defenders. When we take a look at the stats, Fulham, they have kept 1 clean sheet and only conceded 5 goals. But when we take a look at expected goals conceded, they actually have 6.40, and which is 13th in the league. So Fulham, yes, they are pretty decent defensively, but I can't really see them keeping a clean sheet in game week 18 against Chelsea. But to be honest, Cole Palmer will probably not be my captain. Let's have a look at another option as well. Mo Salah and Liverpool, they are playing against Leicester in game week 18. I think that some of you probably think that captaining Mo Salah is a bit boring, but I don't really see game week 18 as being the week to go against Mo Salah. I actually do like a punt, and I captained Jared Bowen a couple of game weeks ago, and I also advised the Isaac owners to captain him in game week 17. But for me and my team, I actually think that Mo Salah is the obvious choice for game week 18. Leicester, they have kept 0 clean sheets, 11 goals conceded in their last 4 games, 14 big chances, and they have 32 shots on target, which is the worst in the league. They also have an expected goals conceded of 10.83, so I think that there will be a lot of goals in the Liverpool against Leicester game, and I think, as mentioned, that Mo Salah probably is the safest and also the best captain option for game week 18. Let me know in the comments down below who will be your captain the next game week. Thanks for watching and subscribe to the channel for more FPL content.